Welcome to The Upside with your hosts Vernon Stewart and Tanya Vaden. This show is brought to you by the City of Pensacola. You know, the upside of Florida. We're here to keep you informed on all the changes that affect you and your community, so you're always in the know. And now, The Upside with Vernon and Tanya.
Hello, Pensacola, and welcome back to The Upside, your news and views of everything that's happening in the city of Pensacola. And we are your hosts. I'm Vernon Stewart.
And I'm Tanya Vaden.
And we got an action-packed show for you today. We're talking about the new stormwater facility that's going to be opening up here soon. We're also going to be talking about Pensacola Police Department crime statistics. We got some information for you on the time zone proposal. And we got some news coming out of the Cobb Center.
That's right, Vernon. And I hear that you talked with Helen Gibson today, and so you've got some news about the CRA.
Yep.
And I sat down today to talk with Rita Dotson with Tennis for Everyone. So we've got a lot in store for you. I'm going to go right into talking about the Corrine Jones Park. We finally have that park ready to open. It is going to open this Saturday, February 17th at 10 o'clock. We'll have a ribbon cutting there for that park. It's a brand new park, new stormwater facility there. It is actually, it's a pretty cool thing. It treats stormwater from 40 acres within downtown Pensacola. And also in addition to that, we were able to get a nice park out of the deal.
Yes.
We've got a 2-story playground there. We've got new swing sets. We've got a basketball court. So lots of fun. Come on down this Saturday to the Corrine Jones Park that's on East Government Street. And you can find out what all we have down there at the park and come play.
Yeah, absolutely. We're very excited about this park. I mean, this park has actually been a long time coming. There has been some obstacles that we've faced in the development of this project. But like you said, I mean, this is going to be a huge amenity to that community, because not only does it treat the stormwater for those 40 acres, it also serves as a park for that immediate neighborhood.
Yes.
So, you know, so it's a real big deal. You know, we're excited about the ribbon cutting. So yeah, you're right. Let's get everybody out there, as many people as we can, to come and celebrate this new amenity in the community.
Yes, and celebrate the woman who it's named after as well, Miss Corrine Jones. Mm-hmm. And speaking of which, we are going to have a couple of, hopefully a couple of little additions to that event too. We've got some events going on at Cobb Resource Center this month. It's Black History Month. Yeah. And we are going to be celebrating with our seniors and with our youth, and they're going to participate in that ribbon cutting on Saturday. But on Friday of this week, the seniors, they have their Black History Showcase. So they get together and they have lunch, they have music, and they also, several of them put together different displays of art celebrating Black History Month. And also the following Friday is our Black History Month play at Cobb Center, where the after-school youth, they spend the month celebrating Black history with coloring contests and quizzes about Black History Month, and then that culminates at the end of the month with a play about different Black history, on life and successes of different figures in Black history. And so that will be on Friday, February the 23rd from 5 to 6 p.m.
Yeah, that's really good information. I mean, in addition to the ribbon cutting for the Corrine Jones Stormwater Regional Facility, you also have these events happening over at the Cobb Center. So, you know, this is just us, City of Pensacola, you know, doing our part to help celebrate, you know, Black history and honor those that, you know, have come before us. And I mean, you got, you know, Black history art, you got the music, you got the displays, you got, you know, us giving, you know, testament to our seniors and youth. I mean,
celebrating the life of Miss Jones as well. You know, she was such an advocate for youth in our community, and she started so many programs. She was the director of the Fricker Resource Center, Community Center, when it first started, and she was there for years and started so many programs in this community that still exist today.
Yeah. So yeah, we're looking forward to the events and to the ribbon cuttings that are scheduled for this month.
Yeah, so come join us.
Be sure to come on out.
10 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah. So folks, Tanya, the numbers are out, and Pensacola's finest have done it again.
Yes, they have, and I heard that they had a little help from the community, right?
Yes, they sure did. So the total crime rate for 2017 is down a total of 6.2%. Violent crimes are down 9%, and property crimes are down 5.8%.
That's incredible. And my understanding is this is partly in conjunction with working with our community in our different neighborhoods who have really stepped up and started to work more closely with the police department. Police department's working with them, and people are just, they don't want crime in their neighborhoods, and so they're making that happen, making it not happen.
Absolutely. So the Pensacola Police Department Police Chief Tommy Leiter and Mayor Ashton Hayward have attributed these numbers and the decline in the total crime rate. They've attributed this to the partnership between the Pensacola Police Department and the community. So one of the interesting things to point out about that is that a lot of folks that are watching this, I know you and I talk about it all the time, is how great the Pensacola Police Department are on social media.
Yes.
So one of the things that they do quite often is that if there's something that they're working on, they'll put a call to action out to the community on social media, and it's amazing to see how many people will jump in and offer up information, not even on social media. They'll take the information from that social media post and they'll contact Pensacola Police Department directly just based off of what they saw on social media.
Yes.
So that right there shows the power of social media and how important it is for authority agencies and police departments and fire departments to utilize different forms of communication to the public, and that right there just kind of shows that partnership.
Yeah, and how important it is too for the community to be involved, and it really does go hand in hand, and we're seeing the great results from it. Yeah,
absolutely. So again, Pensacola, folks, those are great testaments to the work that you are doing and the great work that they are doing at the Pensacola Police Department.
Absolutely, rock on.
So our nonprofit of the week this week is Tennis for Everyone. And I understand, Tanya, you had Rita Dodson come by City Hall and you had a conversation with her about it?
Sure did, and we talked about their organization and how they provide tennis instruction and tutoring for youth in our community. So let's listen to that conversation now. Hi, I'm here with Rita Dodson, and Rita is with Tennis for Everyone. And Rita, tell us a little bit about Tennis for Everyone and what it is.
All right, it's thank you for having me.
You're
First
welcome.
of all, Tennis for Everyone it's a nonprofit 501c3 organization. Our primary goal is to go to community centers, to the underserved youth that wouldn't normally be exposed to tennis. And so we go to community centers around town. And as far as we started in 2001 as far as being incorporated as a 501c3 nonprofit, but we've gone to, it started out as a summer program. Okay, we would visit Cobb Center, Fricker, we had Salvation Army, we've done CDAC, Sanders Beach when they had tennis courts down there. So it started out as a summer program, but we've made it into hopefully, something bigger and more inclusive. That's why, hence the name Tennis for Everyone. We help out with the wheelchair tournament when the Pensacola Open Wheelchair Tournament. I get recruit volunteers for that spectacular event. So currently we have kept Cobb and Fricker as staples, really. And so during the school year, we actually go to different community centers as well. Cobb and Fricker, Woodland Heights we've added, and Gull Point Community Center. And we just started at Wise Elementary, their after-school program.
Wow, great.
And so we go there one afternoon a week. But I guess our main focus is we focused on Fricker Center. And we offer homework assistance there during the school year, Monday through Thursday. It's volunteer-based. The homework assistance, the kids get so much more out of it when the volunteers come. We help them, we assist them with homework, and then go play in the gym if there's time. They do get tennis once a week. So all these facilities do get an hour of tennis in their after-school programs. And we are currently working on a project with Oakcrest Elementary School. And in conjunction with Ebenwood, they're kind of tied together, and that's where we are now. Our most recent addition has been Special Olympics. We're going to have Special Olympics training at Roger Scott Tennis Center.
That'll be fantastic. And the program that you're teaching the kids, when you talk about teaching them tennis once a week, that's actually the same program that youth junior tennis is going, that is offered at Roger Scott Tennis as
Yes,
well,
the youth
right?
progression, again, was once called ROGY, which was easy, R-O-G-Y, red, orange, green, yellow. Right now, USTA has adopted the net generation, which is basically the same, using the shorter rackets for the shorter kids, the bigger compression balls, and the branded equipment. And net generation, you have the shorter nets for the 8 and under, the 60-foot courts for basically 10 and under, and 11, 12-year-old beginner to intermediates will use the green. So it's red, it's still red, orange, green, and then yellow is your, you know, what we're accustomed to calling tennis, and the full-size court.
Excellent. And so if somebody wanted to get involved with Tennis for Everyone, say if they wanted to be a volunteer, they want to donate, or maybe they just, you know, are interested in having their child participate, how would they get in touch with you?
Well, I do have a Facebook page, it's tennis-for-everyone, and there you can actually donate on that Facebook page.
Excellent.
Or I'm based now out of Roger Scott Tennis Center, and donations are accepted year-round, anytime, and also volunteers for the homework assistance especially. On Facebook, though, I post pretty much all the activities that Tennis for Everyone is involved in, or I try to keep up with the current events that are happening in the area. We also sometimes go set up down at Gallery Night, and we've done I believe it's the Ciclovia Street event and things like that. Wherever there's a need, if we get a call, if we're able, we go and do tennis assemblies at the schools. And the whole purpose is to get children involved in tennis. But although I've been doing this for a while, it's always been more than just tennis. You want to teach the kids life skills and taking turns, being patient, being kind to one another. And so that's our main focus.
All of that translates into their daily lives and later in life as well.
Exactly.
Makes them good people.
That's right.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Rita, for stopping by to talk with us today and share more about Tennis for Everyone. And we'll share that information in the description for this video if you want to get involved, and contact Rita on their Facebook page or at Roger Scott Tennis Center. We want to thank Rita for coming by to talk with us today about Tennis for Everyone. If you're interested in either getting involved or want to take part in one of those programs, we have the information at the bottom of the screen, and we'll also have it in the description for today's episode. So be sure and check that out. And so Vernon, I understand you sat down and you talked with Helen Gibson today too to talk about some meetings and charrettes that are coming up in the community.
Right. So I spoke with Helen Gibson. She's the Community Redevelopment Agency Administrator. And one of the things we talked about was the importance and how people can get involved in protecting the character and charm of their neighborhood. We got some proposed urban design guidelines, charrettes coming up. And I talked to Helen Gibson about those. So let's take a look at that conversation. So we're here with Helen Gibson, the Community Redevelopment Agency Administrator. And today she's going to be talking to us about the proposed urban design guidelines charrette. So Helen, my first question is, a lot of people may not be familiar. I know I wasn't initially. What exactly is a charrette?
Excellent question. A charrette is a unique type of community input process. We have a consultant that will be working throughout the week, here all day, every day, from Monday through Thursday, to take the input and feedback of the community and to immediately begin integrating it into the plan and into the guidelines. So it is an intensive, very informal, very open type of a process where we can really hear what the community has to say, and then immediately start putting that, building the guidelines based on what the community has to say.
Now, tell me exactly, what is the need for urban design guidelines?
Another great question. We have a number of districts in the CRA that have protections on them. And then there's large sections that do not. And we are now seeing a lot of new development in areas that have, traditionally haven't seen a lot. And we're getting a lot of different kinds of things.
Yeah.
So the current regulations really don't address, the form of what can go in. We're really excited about all this new development, but we want it to blend in with what has been the traditional character of the neighborhood. We don't want to exclude the residents that have historically lived in those neighborhoods. So the idea is to protect the traditional neighborhood character. And also accommodate the new development.
Yeah. Now I know that should be important to folks who live in, folks in neighborhoods and neighborhoods within the community, because this is something that could be very important to them to protect kind of like that charm.
Absolutely.
And a lot of the features of their neighborhoods.
Exactly.
Right,
exactly, Vernon.
Yeah.
And by the same token, what we're not going to do is place stringent prescriptive regulations in these areas. This is going to just provide a predictability for both the builders, both the developers, and for the residents.
Awesome.
So they can kind of have a say in how their neighborhood does change and transform into a newer developed neighborhood. And it also gives the developers a good framework within which to work, where they know, this is what they need to kind of go for. So I think it's going to be a win-win for everybody.
That's awesome. That's great. And looking at the schedule, it looks like the first one is on Monday, February the 12th, and it's going to be going until February the 15th and Thursday. Could you talk a little bit about that schedule?
Yes. And in addition to those meetings, first let me say that each of those days, we will be at the Sanders Beach-Corinne Jones Community Center. The consultants will be there, their team. They will have their workspaces spread out in the ballroom there. And it will be pretty much an open house. Good. So we invite the community to come. They'll be there from like 10:30 in the morning all the way till about 8 at night. Each night there'll be a session at 5:30, which will be a little bit more formal, where they'll be presenting a little bit on the topics. But all through the day, we really would love to have the community come in. You can sit down one-on-one and talk with them and work with them as they draw things out. They will take what you tell them and actually literally begin to draw it into the plan. So we really hope that the community will come out. We really hope that you will make your voice heard. This is a great opportunity for you all to come and let your thoughts be known. And we will actually on the spot begin to incorporate them into what we're working on.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. So again, I want to thank you for coming by to talk about this. We're going to put some information in the description for those that are watching right now that are interested in this. We'll put some information in the description, a link to the more detailed information, specifically the schedule. But yeah, this is a great opportunity. Like Helen said, for those of you that want your voices to be heard and to be involved in this process, this is a perfect opportunity for you to do so. So again, Helen Gibson, Community Redevelopment Agency Administrator. Thanks again for coming by.
Thanks for having me, Vernon.
Absolutely. So that's some good information on how folks can get involved in that process. We're putting some information at the bottom of the screen, the link, and in the description on the schedule and how people can further stay involved with the character and charm of their neighborhood.
Fantastic. And now, Vernon, I understand you've been to Tallahassee this week, and you brought back some good news for us about the time zone change.
Right. So we were in Tallahassee. I was there as part of Leadership Pensacola. I'm involved with Leadership Pensacola this year, and we took a trip to Tallahassee for the legislative session. And one of the things that was brought up was the proposal on putting the whole state of Florida in the Eastern time zone. Well, not many of us are very open to that to that proposal. We know we've talked about it to different folks in the community, and a group of us in my class, we went and spoke with Senator Stubbe, who's actually the sponsor of this bill, and we expressed our concerns. Senator Stubbe, he was not there, so we ended up speaking with his aide, and the interesting thing that we were informed was that it is something that is not going to be moving forward.
Excellent news.
So putting the whole state in the Eastern time zone does not appear to be on the table, but the whole daylight savings part of that bill does look like it still has legs and will continue to move forward. So for those that are watching, that might be something that you might want to pay a little bit of attention to moving forward, that there is a possibility to end daylight savings. So,
well, we will see how that works out.
Yeah.
All right. And last week we had our trivia question, which we didn't get any answers on, so we're going to bring that back this week. And I believe the question last week was for the sanitation department.
Yep. Sanitation services was how many trucks are used for yard trash pickup, garbage pickup, and recycling. So as we talked about in the last episode, closest guess wins. So the winner, the person who comes the closest to the answer, wins that handy dandy Parks and Recreation picnic blanket that we showed on the last episode, and we're going to show it again here for those that are watching right now. So leave a comment in the comment section if you know the answer. Comment on Facebook once the video is posted on Facebook, and give us your best shot.
All right, well, that's our show for this week. Don't forget, Wednesday is Valentine's Day, and I hope nobody gave up chocolate for Lent.
Yeah, because that could be kind of awkward if you receive chocolate, like a box of chocolate for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
You're like standing there with the chocolate. It's like, you know I can't eat these, right? So that could be kind of weird. So yeah, just kind of be thinking about that.
Yes, absolutely. And so be sure and like and subscribe to this video, and we will see you next week.
This has been The Upside with your hosts, Vernon Stewart and Tanya Vaden. This show has been brought to you by the City of Pensacola. You know, the upside of Florida. Join us again next week for more of The Upside.